That is a very deep question.
I'm good at having existential crises. I get really deep. I
Start questioning everything and anything.
yeah, and I'm getting older, and I'm never gonna stop getting older, and like
I've been thinking that recently too.
This is the point of like no return. Like there's a lot of like, you know, like who knows what's coming up. It gets a little dangerous.
What, you alright?
No, I'm fine. It's just very cynical. I get a little cynical sometimes, but you know, we move.
I'm gonna check on you later.
I want you to stop saying my parents and instead say our parents, because I am part of this family too. You have made me an outcast throughout all of this. If you talk to any of our friends and ask them who has caused the most hassle, all of them will say you. You have literally made my life a living hell. And all for what? Views? Subscribers? You always say that family comes first, but that's not true, is it? Huh? To you, the fans come first. I've made so many attempts to try and fix our family issues. I've even suggested that we go see a therapist, but you just refused. I'm just so tired of fighting a losing battle with my own family, man. I'm tired of feeling like an outcast. Yes, I can do better, but so can you, man. Like, I'm at the point where I can't even take my own girlfriend to see my family because I'm scared that she's gonna get exposed and my brother is gonna use that information against me. I'm scared to even text my family because I'm scared you're gonna just screenshot the fucking message and just post it publicly. And I'm scared to even call my family because I'm scared you're gonna just take one negative thing that I say, manipulate the audience and just make me look as bad as possible. I'm just sick and fucking tired of it. Like, I shouldn't have to feel like this.
As a teenager, it became apparent to Ethan that he had been abandoned twice and realised that a lot of our life was a lie.
We knew that his dad left home from an early age and that his mum was basically the mum and the dad.
When Ethan was 6 months old, I met his fake dad, as he calls him.
He was there till 13. It all went horribly downhill in that relationship due to drug addictions.
And debt.
That my mum tried supporting him through to one day just go to the shops and not come back. And then with that, I found out that it wasn't my biological dad due to the divorce papers.
It's a bit of a sensitive topic for him.
I feel like there's probably some anger at the world, that why has this happened to me?
During that time is when my mum had cancer.
His mum was his only support system.
It was terrifying, and I didn't want him to think for 1 minute that I was going to die.
So that would have been a very, very scary time for him.
I had to find us somewhere to live and get back on our feet. I had to sit up the homeless office every single day, and it affected Ethan badly at school.
Ethan would be a bit destructive. Just school didn't work for him, he didn't fit.
That was the time that I sort of went off the rails. It was sort of just a whirlwind at that time.
I can barely imagine what it feels like, so I can't really like put into words how he must feel.
I had to take antidepressants and see therapists. Yeah, it's really emotional. You might have to stop.
Everything she went through whilst I was at secondary school is a real merit to the type of woman she is. I think younger Ethan had a lot of emotional baggage, but I think nowadays I've turned all of that energy into now something positive.
Like really awkward to do. No, mate, no, we're not. Things you don't know about me. I remember. I suffer from crippling anxiety. I sometimes have panic attacks in the shower because of fear of death. What else do you want?
Josh, I suffer from crippling anxiety. I sometimes have panic attacks in the shower because of my fear of death. And it's just a picture of me. And look, sometimes in videos, you just say what comes to your head. And that's what came to my head. So for some reason, my brain said, let's just be honest with everyone to today. And I was honest, and that's what happens. But luckily, you lot are mad. You lot have come through. I mean, I've obviously been filming on the night of Simon Sunday going out, and I have had ridiculous amounts of support for saying that. So shout out to everyone, because you make me feel great. I don't know what to say.
I've seen it said before, and I'll repeat it here. I've seen it said in other places, and I will repeat it here. You're tired of hearing about our racist experiences? Imagine how tired we are of experiencing it. Imagine. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fucking I'm so blessed, you lot. I can't tell you how fucking blessed I am. I can't tell you, lot. I can't. I'm so blessed and I'm so fucking grateful. I'm so grateful. And if I tell you the amount of shit that I've been through, you wouldn't believe it. Imagine the unlucky ones. Imagine the ones that are dying at the hands of these... I ain't want to call them humans, because they're not human, man. They don't act human. They don't. They fucking don't. I'm so blessed and I can't count. If I had 10 sets of fingers and toes, you lot, I can't count with them the amount of things that I've experienced as a young black man. I cannot. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fucking lucky ones. I'm so sorry for breaking down. I really didn't want to break down. I really tried to compose myself. But I've lost my shit, man.
I was intoxicated 7 days out of 7.
I remember living in the flat underneath him and used to go up. He would be half a bottle of JD and he would be smoking his lungs away.
He was turning to alcohol to deal with all his feelings, all his emotions.
I think it was a coping mechanism.
And just going through a lot of battles in your head where you think, I'm not good enough, I don't really think I'm applying myself, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. My relationships aren't great, my friends don't know anything about it. And you're sort of hidden and you're trapped in your own mind.
That side of him is his worst trait, that he wants everybody to think he is Bazinga and I'm happy and I'm famous for my laugh, so I've got to put that persona on when sometimes it's quite hard behind the scenes.
I remember telling him he needs to stop the drinking. Stop drinking so much. You're drinking way too much.
As a close friend of him, it's really scary to see someone in that state because you want to help them as much as you can, but you don't want to push too much that they end up going away from you.
I didn't want to be anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was letting everyone down. I felt like I was just a burden to absolutely everyone. I felt like I was the shit heap that everyone was dragging along.
It was possibly one of the most heartbreaking things to see, is to see a friend go through such troubles and there's nothing really that you can do apart from be there for them.
He was saying quite a few worrying things. He can't go on and it was all getting too much. The pressure was too much and he was struggling.
And I think when you end up going down that rabbit hole, you end up just talking yourself into stupid things.
And I remember Ethan's girlfriend at the time knocking on my flat door and she was crying. I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? This is at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And she's telling me that Ethan's not in a good state and he's gone out.
I was very drunk and I ended up getting in the car and I left the flat with no intention of going back to the flat.
I didn't know he felt that bad, that he felt that he had to even end his life or anything like that.
I was panicking. I didn't know what to do.
In your head, you've now whittled yourself down to meaning nothing. You don't really find any reason to be knocking about anymore. And that's where I'd ended up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd sort of convinced myself that now was the perfect time to just make myself disappear.
Thankfully, in the end, Ethan got in contact with people and he let them know that he was safe and he was coming home.
It's weird how the world works, but I just got to a point and I sort of pulled the car over and it just hit me. I was like, what are you doing, mate?
That was a very, very scary period for me because I didn't know if I was going to see my friend again, really.
He's having like a mental breakdown and he just like collapsed into my arms and was just crying.
I love my friend so much. Yeah, I will cry. I have done before. I love my friends.